Hello there, and welcome to another podcast. I'm your host, Carul Swords. This is the series where we discuss writing, independent publishing, and the variety of tools and websites and services that are out there to help you gain an audience, develop an audience for your work, and hopefully be read, and if possible, and if you're interested, making some kind of living out of it. Alright, so today we're going to talk about some software called Calibre. Calibre, I came across it when I was needing to format my work so that I could get it printed. I made physical copies, 200 of them, and in order to get it right for the publisher or the printer, I needed to format it, and what I ended up doing after that was using Calibre to kind of put it into the right kind of file format. So in 2013 I used it a lot more. This time I haven't gone and gotten any physical copies done yet, and also Smashwords now offers a EPUB conversion program, so that they will take a finished completed EPUB version of your book, and they will put that through their meat grinder, whatever you like to call it, and distribute to other stores or online stores using that. So it's meant that I haven't used Calibre as much, but it's still a fantastic service, fantastic piece of software, and it's really useful, so I'm recommending it thoroughly. I'm just going to go through a little bit what it can do for you though. If, for instance, you are looking to get reviews, then the reviewers are going to probably have a number of different devices that they read on. Some of them just read on laptops, in which case they might want PDFs. Some of them might have a e-reader that they've bought through Barnes & Noble. Alternatively, they might have some sort of iPad. Then there's also the people who have Kindles or some kind of version of Amazon hardware, and in that case they need MOBI files. If you use Calibre, then you can transform a docx file or an ODT open software file into MOBI, EPUB, PDF, and a list of others. Now, if you are going to use Calibre, then the best two ways to, the best original files to use in order to convert them into something else are ODT and docx. Now, if you're using a word processor like Microsoft Word, then one of the things you can do is you can change it into an ODT file, and that is what I'd recommend doing, because that's what the creator of Calibre recommends. There's a sort of range of like a list of preferred styles, and docx is about halfway in the range, and ODT is kind of at the top, or like near the top, like second or third. The least preferred or the least acceptable format to use in order to convert into other formats is PDF. It's an absolute nightmare. I've used it. It takes really long to convert. I was trying to convert them to MOBI because I have a Kindle. Not only did it take a long time, but also it came out totally botched. The words were all jumbled up. Basically, it went from the first line to the third line, to the second line, to the fourth line, to the fifth line, to the seventh line, the 8th line to the 10th, or something like that. It skipped every second line and stuck them together in a fashion that was completely unreadable and a total pain in the neck. So if you're going to use it, and you're going to use it to send copies to reviewers, please use ODT or docx to do that. There is a bunch of other features on Calibre. You can connect the book cover to the rest of the manuscript, to the book. There's actually just so much that there's no point in me really going into a great deal of detail, and there's a lot of stuff that I haven't used, but it will even generate tables of content for you. It will do indents. It will transform it into having different kind of inks that for your e-reader to read. There's just so much going on, and it's absolutely free. So that's why, well, just as well as all the functionality of it, that's it's really fantastic. I did actually send a donation to the creator, and if you end up publishing or using it, I would recommend you throw a couple of dollars at the guy, because it's just absolutely invaluable. There may be other services out there, there might be other software, but it's kind of like tried and tested at this stage. It's been out a couple of years. There's a lot of plugins for it as well. A lot of people really love it, so it's the best thing around for free, and it's probably one of the best things around anyway, whether paid or otherwise. Just, I guess, one thing that I've experienced lately when I was uploading my bedtime stories to Smashwords. There was a couple of issues. I didn't indent it properly, but and I fixed that up. But in terms of something related to Calibre, the EPUB file that I created didn't have the cover attached. And basically, when I was creating an EPUB file from my original file, I thought that the cover was included, and that what had happened was that the size it was as an EPUB was including the cover, but the cover had been reduced. So that wasn't the case, and I had to go back and correct it. This may come up for some of you if you're going to use Smashwords, so that's why I'm going to highlight it. A bunch of other things I could highlight, I guess, but this is the main one. If you need to attach your cover, which you do if you're going with Smashwords, what you need to do is you need to include in your toolbar the polish function. I've put a link at the bottom of this so that it will explain to you the steps involved, but it's very simple and it's very easy to do. If there's anything based on today's podcast that you have any queries about, if you want clarification, drop us a question at the bottom in the comment section. If you have any of your own experiences using Calibre, or you have any tips for us, then again, leave a comment at the bottom. If you found the series today to be useful, please make a donation. You can do it through PayPal, Gumroad, as well as Patreon, and any amount would be much appreciated. Okay, folks, if you have any thoughts on the next topic, please get in touch and let us know what that is. But other than that, I can only recommend, last thing to do, I guess, is just to recommend Calibre. I'm not involved in it in any way. This isn't, I'm not plugging it because I'm paid. I didn't receive back my donation plus an additional sum in a brown paper bag. It's just good software, and it does the job. So take care of yourselves and each other. I've been Carul Swords. I'm still Carul Swords. Goodbye.